This is a video review of this cycling or exercise desk, which I just finished setting it up today. I just, in the last couple days over the weekend, brought my bike in, my road bike in from being outside. It's getting to be winter and pretty much the end of outdoor cycling season for this bike at least. And I'm getting it set up on my stationary trainer and getting ready to ride inside. And this desk is an addition for this season, so I can put my laptop up there or put an iPad up there and be able to watch shows or kind of do some stuff while I'm working out. So this desk, this stand-up exercise desk, took about 30 minutes to assemble. It was pretty straightforward, although there were a couple of quirks, and I'll try to kind of explain those. It came with these directions, which are basic but adequate for the most part. There's one step in this process, this step where you attach the tabletop to the base, where it got a little tricky, and I'll explain that in a minute here. One thing you might notice is that this desk, I've got it at the highest possible setting right now, and it doesn't go higher or doesn't go up above my breeze bar. And even when I'm inside, riding indoors, I like having that breeze bar to be able to just have a lot of different positions for longer rides and longer workouts. So kind of the way I've got the desk set up is about as close as I can put it to the bike. And you know, I haven't actually exercised with this setup yet, so we'll see how that goes as I get started in riding. You know, it feels a little bit out of reach from the bike, and you know, I think ideally I would pull the desk up closer to the handlebars. But you know, that's a bit of a trade-off. It would be nice if the desk extended up even higher, I guess is kind of the point of that. And this is, again, the maximum height. You know, I'm 5'11", so I ride a kind of medium-sized frame. If you ride an even larger frame, you know, that might be even more of an issue. So just kind of keep that in mind if you're looking at this desk. The detail that I want to point out in terms of the assembly when I put this together, I mean, first of all, it came with the basic tools that you need to put it together. You don't have to have any of your own tools. So, you know, that's nice, that's fine. But the one quirk that I really ran into is these bolts that tighten in to connect the tabletop to the post. If you tighten these too much, which, you know, I wanted this good and snug, so, you know, I tightened this maybe more than I should have, but if you tighten it too much, then these buttons that allow you to raise and lower the desk don't work. It'll actually dimple. I've dimpled the metal on this post. You can't see it because it's back, you know, where the bolt connects or runs into it. But if you over tighten this, you dimple that post, and then this button doesn't work. Now, fortunately, I loosened it back up, and the buttons seem to be working just fine. I'll show you how it works. See if I can set this up to raise and lower the desk here, and just show you kind of how that goes. So there's those two buttons. Just go in, you push them both, and then, you know, it drops down. And same thing for coming back up. And you just push both buttons, and it raises and lowers and locks into place. So that's pretty nice and really convenient. And I was worried at first that I was going to have to, you know, push these knobs in by hand, and then realized actually it's the buttons that do that for you. You just got to make sure you don't over tighten those bolts so that the buttons work the way they're supposed to. It has this slip proof surface on the tabletop. I really like it. I really like that pad. I like these notches for being able to put a tablet or device or phone, you know, into those notches and hold it up. And then it's got, you know, spots for some beverages. These cup holders are a little bit small, really, in the grand scheme of things. I'm not even sure I can fit a water bottle in there. But it's an option. I like that it's got that, and we'll kind of see how it goes. It's got rollers, casters on the bottom, so this whole thing, in theory rolls around pretty nicely, but I've got it on carpet here, so it's not going to roll very easily here, and you can lock those so that it stops it from rolling more. So it's a quick review of this exercise desk and the setup and kind of what I've learned in getting it going so far, and I'll add some more details in my review as I actually get to exercising on this bike and just seeing how easy it is or isn't to reach out to the laptop or the tablet when I set it up on there. All right, that's it.